Mine didn't work for whatever reason.
Okay.
Promo
I'll
code.
send. What?
High-end talent.
How do we do
promo
this?
code high? Do you like that?
Welcome.
Sorry.
Oh, get off your phone.
Sorry.
Smells good.
Sorry.
We're doing a show.
It's
I like
Zach Wilson's
how
mom's best friend. Sorry.
we just never prepare for the show,
My bad.
And that's why nobody watches it.
and we just kind of show up like ODB headed to the studio in Manhattan, just ready to rap. Anyways, it is Thursday, July 14th. Another Thursday quickly before NFL football. Only 2 more weeks, boys, until the NFL gets started. We should all be getting
It's
excited.
2 weeks?
Preseason
Yeah.
coming, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Then
What the
I think everyone
heck?
like reports in August.
I'm
Dude,
not
I
ready.
still think it's Memorial Day. I still think
I'm
it's
not
Easter.
ready.
Like it's a blur.
It's
2
been a blur.
weeks?
2 weeks, like in
2
Total
weeks.
Recall.
Oh my gosh.
2 weeks. That's an older reference for you young kiddos out there who have not seen the version of Total Recall that is actually good, that doesn't have Colin Farrell in it. Anyways, we have let's do the introductions first. Let me start there. Below me, that's not.
I see what you
You're
did
funny.
there.
Yes.
You're
But-
That
funny.
was a sexual reference.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I said
No, it was.
below me.
Said,
Yeah,
no,
it-
you cut the E.
It's a play on words that
We're done. We are done. Hello, though, chat. You guys good?
Yeah.
How's everyone
We have-
doing today?
Scooter Magruder.
You guys are hydrated? Listen, as long as you guys are hydrated, make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're being kind. Okay, there's enough negativity out there. Be kind to someone today. Stop playing.
Yes. Tree. Well, then down here to this side here, we have Tree. His hair is growing rapidly.
it is.
Right.
Yeah,
It was.
I mean-
He was completely bald a week ago. Now
I
he
need
looks
it too, man.
like
It's-
he's just joined a cult. Like, and they
He's
gave
a
him
Well,
a level one.
I've joined the cult. The Yinzerism is a cult. Let's be completely honest with
That's true.
yourselves.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
it is a glorious cult of permani sandwiches and putting fries and everything. Our initiation is they just chuck an entire potato barrel full of fries at us.
Tree. Now, if you had a choice, if you could name Heinz Field
Ooh.
anything that you wanted instead of Acme Shore Stadium or whatever it's called, what would you name it the most Yinzer thing ever? What is the most Yinzer thing you could name Heinz Field besides Heinz Field?
Ginger Stadium.
Well, you could probably name it something for Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers' stadium. You could probably do, Donnie Iris in the football stadium. You could do the Clark Stadium. You could
Chat,
probably-
weigh in. What should
Permani
the
Stadium.
be called?
Permanente Brothers Stadium. Is
Permani
that the-
Stadium.
I would like it to be
And-
named Downtown Stadium. Just
Nah.
Downtown Stadium. So you know
Or
where
you
it
could
is.
probably do the stadium and that.
The stadium in that. The floor was swept. The floor needs swept stadium in Pittsburgh, PA.
Or needs swept.
To my
Floor does need swept.
yes, the floor does need swept. To my, I guess this is my left, but on screen it's to my right. We have a guy that needs no introduction.
I'm Cam. Nailed it.
Because you say it every day.
Folks, listen. I heard you in the chats. I needed to do my Boston Celtics report. And, as someone who is just getting into basketball, is relatively new to the sport, I had to put a ton of research into this because I knew just about nothing about the Celtics. So I went in and I did a deep dive on the Boston Celtics. I was double, triple checking my facts to make sure that I had it correct. And so, with that being said, I do have my punishment today. Folks, enjoy the history of the Boston Celtics. In the beginning, dinosaurs ruled over the earth. The water, the sky, the land belonged to these magnificent creatures. Until one day, disaster struck. A meteor slammed into planet Earth, causing all of these creatures to go extinct. But there was one dinosaur who survived. Al Horford. Al Horford went to go on and found the Boston Celtics. He then led them to multiple championships over and over again. And when they needed him most, he came in the most clutch possible. However, they had another secret card up their sleeve. They had been watching soccer, and they had learned from the very best to flop all over the place like a pancake. And once they reached the promised land of the NBA Finals, Steph Curry was like, nah. So I wanted to make sure that I got all those facts right. Everything was spelled correctly. But I'm pretty sure that that was spot on.
Ooh, also, speaking of NBA news, for the Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton has agreed to a 4-year, $133 million max offer sheet from the Indiana Pacers. The Suns have 48 hours to match.
Why is this relevant?
Oh my God.
It is
Because
relevant because it removes
Oh,
Phoenix, in my mind, and
who
a
threw
lot
a
of other
500
people's
ball?
minds.
Please not me.
What the heck?
Yes.
Whoa!
What
Yes.
the heck?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Who is that?
It's not me.
Not
It has to be
me.
Tom. It's you, Tom.
No, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. It's not me.
Is it? It's 5.
Oh,
Oh,
Gold man.
Kaylee the
Let's
goat
Go.
coming in. With
Here, I
a
have to read it. For
prime
$500, I have to read it. Bleacher
Read that.
Report, spelled like Ian Rappaport, has been sourced a quote from Perna. I hate everyone at Clickbait. That's why I'm not joining today. You put them on ESPN and they're just another show.
You're
You
right.
have SAS, Perkins, Herb Street, and then guys like Skip Cowherd and Sharp. It's just not about one superstar personality and 4 average guys. This is
Accurate.
a very real quote. Yes. Welcome, everyone. I am Brandon. You have SAS, Perkins, Herb Street, and then guys like Skip Cowherd, Sharp, Perna.
And we have a hundo,
Listen,
too.
We're gonna get
Kaylee
into
coming
all
in.
of
Oh
that.
no, Boto!
We are gonna get into all of that.
Alright.
I'll finish this thought and then we can
Facts
transition
were all
to
there,
that
folks.
if you guys
Yes,
want.
finish the thought.
But this is relevant.
Thank you, Kaylee.
DeAndre Ayton signing this contract because in my mind it removes Phoenix from the Kevin Durant sweepstakes at least until December. Why? Because now if Phoenix is to retain DeAndre Ayton, he signs a new contract and he cannot be moved until December. So knowing that, a lot of people are saying Phoenix is out. So we'll see how it plays out though. We will
Isn't
see.
Phoenix 2 years removed from a finals run?
1 year removed.
1
Two-
year
they choked game 7 against Dallas. And the big thing was, why didn't you sign DeAndre Ayton when you had the chance? So somebody's going to try and nab him. And if Phoenix doesn't match, and they might not because they'd be probably well over the cap, they're screwed.
I think I read it. They would be 12 million if they matched this. They'd be 12 million into the luxury tax.
Yeah, that's the problem. Sarver's not going to pay that.
Yeah, they're
We'll see
between
how it
Iraq
plays out.
and a hard place.
We will see
Speaking
how it plays out.
of NBA news, did y'all see this story? So ESPN, in a true Bishop Sycamore fashion, gets a little bit of information and turns it into a lot of information. Now, they do this all the time. That's their entire network at this point because everyone has access to box scores and highlights. But their story breaks that Ja Morant had said that he could beat MJ one-on-one.
I was wondering where that quote
Do you-
came from. That came random.
Now, listen,
Hold
if
on.
Ja Morant.
Hold on. We have to get this right because that's not what Ja said.
Okay,
Ja
okay, you
said-
correct me. Now
This is what
I'm spreading
Ja
this
said.
information now.
This is what Ja
In the
said.
fake, this is what Ja did not say, by the way. Okay.
Ja said he would cook Michael Jordan. Okay. That is what he said. Now,
Mhm.
some people have agreed with this, saying, Ja could cook Jordan. Other people are saying, Jit, let's be real. Jordan,
No.
all MVP defensive player. You're not cooking anyone. The
Oh.
problem is that ESPN then runs another quote that expands on this, saying more than what Ja said. When just Ja said, look, I'm confident in my ability. I think I could cook Michael Jordan. I'll cook Michael Jordan too. That's what Ja said. Then ESPN runs this segment where it's saying incorrect stuff that Ja said, saying Jordan's just one of these other dudes. Okay. He would just be another guy in today's NBA. That's what was said on air. And
Let's
that's not
make
what
up some
that's not
fake
what this man
quotes.
said.
Like Ja Morant said that Jordan played against plumbers and handymen, and that's why Ja Morant, he actually plays. He said this, okay, according to Clickbait Sports. Ja Morant also said that Michael Jordan was not very good, and that Tony Kukoc is the reason why he got those extra rings.
Tony
and he said
Kukoc.
it was not on Jordan or Pippen. It was really because of Horace Grant that Michael Jordan has 6 rings.
So
and
where,
Steve
oh,
Kerr
where
bailed
did
him out.
ESPN get this elaborated
Yes.
quote?
Where did all
The
this fake
source of
information
the
come
Holy
from?
Grail.
Scooter.
Ballsack
So
Sports.
there is an account called Ballsack Sports on Twitter.
Ballsack Sports.
Why didn't we call ourselves that? Like instead of Clickbait Sports,
I know we really
could
missed
call
out
ourselves
on an
Ballsack
opportunity to
Sports.
call
It
ourselves
could've-
Ballsack
I think we should
Sports.
call
Opportunity.
ourselves garbage.
But Ballsack Sports
Well,
is
that's good. That's a given though.
it's an account that routinely makes fake quotes and fake illustrations and pictures, and it's gotten a lot of people. It almost got me on several occasions, but I just looked at the source that is coming from Ballsack Sports.
Ballsack.
Not to
No,
be
Butt Crack
confused-
is their
Sports.
sister
not to
station.
be confused with Butt Crack Sports.
Yes.
But
That's a new
we're
show
seeing
that we're
these
starting
days
next
more and more accounts like these pop up with these fake quotes. And honestly, I don't hate it. I'm not mad at Ballsack Sports for doing this, because guess what? If they weren't doing it, it would be Butt Crack Sports doing it.
It would be
someone
Barry.
else doing it.
Right.
Someone's
It would
going to do
be-
this. So it's on us to make sure
It's on all
we
of
are
us.
not
It is. It is.
we're not
It's not.
pushing
It's up
and
to us to
manufacturing these
either
lies.
create fake news or to laugh when someone else gets got, because it's
But what do you
happened a
guys
lot.
think? What do you guys think about Ballsack Sports and how they operate?
I think
they're the heroes America needs. God bless you.
I
And God
think
bless-
that I appreciate their boldness and their bravado, and
Their ballsackiness.
yes, their sports has an edge to it, maybe a little mustiness. Sometimes it can get a little hairy with the stories that they put out there,
True.
but they're big and they're in charge, these Ballsack Sports. So it's all
But
good.
I'm actually wondering, like, on a serious note, because I did see someone post, they were dead serious and they were upset that these people were allowed to do this. They said, you guys must not have any time on your hands. You guys are lame. You guys should be doing.
How about you do your
XYZ.
job and actually read past that headline and do your, like, literally you are paid a salary to go and get stories.
See, Tom, your mistake is thinking people with salaries are actually doing this. No,
Oh,
it's
no,
the
they're
harried
not.
intern doing that.
Like,
That's
so
who's collecting this stuff.
this
And then they
brings
go
up-
there. It's like,
for
oh
so
my God,
long
here's the
now.
story. Nobody does any back checking. They relate it to their producer. It's like, oh my God, we got to go through with this. And then they just run through with it. Nobody actually
Isn't
checks.
that
It's
like-
from, Tom 37952 out of New
that guy.
Brunswick or something like that.
Love that guy.
They just care
Yeah,
about,
he's pretty good.
okay, well, we'll just go with it because it creates views.
Is this
clicks,
a
and attention. That's
larger
ultimate.
issue, though, in
Yes, I was about to
society
ask
of
that.
people just like reading the headlines, not even clicking on the article, seeing what everything actually says? Is this just a larger issue with us as humans right now, wanting to get the
So-
story first?
Yeah, I was gonna go with something in that same line, Scooter. Like, it seems that the integrity of sports journalism, like there's just none. Like it just doesn't matter. Like, and people want to mix politics into sports, but then they also don't want to check facts. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't take it non-seriously and then say, oh, it's really serious. Like we as sports people that cover sports, like we have to have some journalistic integrity. Now, look, I just made up about 10 facts and I stated them as the truth earlier, but I don't care. That's me. You know, I'm a hypocrite and I'm willing to admit that. But someone like Adam Schefter, this is the question I want to ask. Is Adam Schefter the cause of journalism being of sports journalism?
This has been going on
or is
for a
he
long
the
time.
result of sports journalism? Because these stories of Adam Schefter, you know, gifting sources, okay,
and he called it a tax write-off.
yes, and then writing it off. Now, there's a very funny story I'll tell you after the show, but like this is not acceptable in, say, politics, right? Like, would you
they do that stuff under the table?
Right? Would you send a senator's office a fruit basket for giving you the scoop on the House Ways and Means bill that's coming up?
I mean,
no,
They give a lot more than fruit baskets.
Yeah, the Angel Stadium, they gave $1 million donation, and he got a sweetheart deal for the stadium. It ended up getting backed out because it turned out it was political corruption. But still, that stuff happens all the time.
Who got that 99 right there? Who just got
that 99? That was not me. Thank the Lord.
Oh no. Oh, it's me. Damn it.
Good.
Oh no.
I hope Tom loses.
Booty Sweat Sports. I've heard of them. It's a good drink right there.
Damn it, Boto. Yeah, I mean, no, this is not a problem that is just for sports media. I also think that it's very funny that ESPN can stand on any type of horse that is elevated and talk down and say, how could people do this when it was your job to make sure that it wasn't a fake headline, when media as a whole has made it a business to do exactly that, to put those clickbaity like little headlines, whatever, because those get shared really quick. So I think it's really funny that they, and I mean collectively, have created the problem and are now like, oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions. Like I have no sympathy for that whatsoever.
It's the thing too. People tend to forget the main headline that's wrong usually gets the correct answer. And then usually what happens a couple weeks later, they'll come with a retraction down below. Nobody knows about it. And it turns out to be real. Like, for example, historical example, Let Them Eat Cake by Marie Antoinette. She never said, let them eat cake. It was apparently somebody else. Or no one ever said it. So that was
that was never
fabrication.
Listen,
there's a ton of
we know it
propaganda
as
with
Marie
Louis.
Antoinette.
I'm waiting for a retraction from someone who is on this show who continually predicts the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl and never issues a retraction ever.
He'll just keep pushing it back because it's cyclical.
Right.
That's why
I'm waiting.
First of all, I didn't put a year. Let's just start there. Hey, second of all, I'm waiting for Stephen A. Smith a retraction for Terrence Williams not being on the Cowboys for the last 11 years. What the heck? Listen, we all make mistakes in life. That's understandable. But we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, I believe, going forward.
Yes, we do.
We need to check our sources, vet our sources, and just go like that. Read the article before you tweet.
Speaking of higher standards, if we get $5,000 worth of super chats, we'll rename the show Butt Crack Sports. We will just call it Butt Crack Sports.
I agree to terms.
I mean, people have to have principles. I have none. So we'll just call it Butt Crack Sports.
That logo is going to be something.
It is. I can see it. Just BC and then like a line in between. Anyways.
You were asking before about like how I feel about ball sack sports as a whole. The fact that that's not even a sentence as a whole. Well, that'd be if they were butt crack. Again, they're people who are just like making satire. So I think like that's totally fine. And if you get duped by it, then that's
like the Onion. It's the same level as the Onion. Someone I think some congresswoman thought that an Onion article was real and then retweeted it.
Happens all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
It seems so simple that you can just write a well-constructed headline and get some idiot to retweet.
Barry McCockman does that all the time.
Yes. And he'll do the Photoshop and then he'll just take their template, and the next thing you know, they're reporting that James Harden gave Russell Westbrook pink eye or something by farting in his face.
It happened to us.
Was
Remember
that-
when somebody
Yes.
reported that we said that the Jags were interested in trading the first overall pick?
Yes.
Just because we talked about it on 5-star points vids?
Yes. That
That's
guy
what it is,
5-star
exactly.
I'm a big fan of whatever that is.
Yes,
And
a
the
very
pea
big
tree.
fan.
All right.
Piston tree.
Speaking of fake or maybe real stories, Zach Wilson.
Hey, he's definitely got some high-end talent. Code word. bench
Listen,
warmer.
all the jokes have been thrown out there. However, today he throws us a bone by saying that he just turned his phone on.
Same with his mom's best friend, threw her a bone too.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did throw.
Oh, he
his
threw her
mom.
more than one bone. He threw her multiple bones.
Can we just start by asking the chat this question? Would you ever date a friend's
I don't think there's any
ex?
dating.
A friend's ex? No,
A friend's
That's
ex.
different.
no,
That's awkward.
no. What if she's a big time hoe though?
Oh,
and she's
are
like
you guys
just-
aware? Maybe you're unaware of this, but it was also revealed that Zach Wilson's best friend is now dating his ex-girlfriend.
Correct.
Right.
Yes,
Oh
I-
yes, yes.
Because that's
Yeah,
where
so-
it came out. Because someone on Instagram
That's
called
jacked
her a
up.
homie hopper. And
That
Yes,
is jacked
and she
up.
then she revealed, the former ex-girlfriend, as a consequence, revealed this information about Zach hooking up with her mom because she thought this would turn the favor to her side. It has done the exact opposite, though. People don't care about
Here's
Zach
the
Wilson
thing.
hooking up with
Yeah.
mom.
Hey,
They
if
are
Zach-
elated.
If Zach Wilson wants to do whomever he wants to, he could do a pile of refuse on the side of the road. If he wants to do that, that's his prerogative. I don't care. Nobody cares if he's going after some smoke show 40, 45-year-old woman. If he wants to do that stuff, fine. That's the problem. They think that everyone's a moral busybody. They're not. Nobody cares.
Tree
Nobody.
is down with the Cougars. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
from
I
that.
mean, as I said,
soundbite.
I'm a believer
Yes.
of free will. If you want to go bang whomever you want, as long as they're legal age and they have their mental capacity, absolutely fine.
Yes, you're a man of principles. I will say this. First of all, like dating your best friend's ex-girlfriend. Now, if your best friend was like, look, I know that y'all have chemistry. I hate that person, but if you want to date her, I am cool with it. I really don't care. You can have all the misery you want. Actually, I think y'all would be good together. Then that I think is acceptable if you have the best friend's blessing. However, if you just start it and then tell them, oh, by the way, we are hooking up now, that is shady.
I feel like it's only acceptable in like extreme or small town circumstances. Like y'all dated maybe a week, y'all ain't do that much,
right. Is Utah that small?
but I don't know. That's weird energy to me. I'm not sure if I'm looking to date any of my friends' exes ever.
How
What
much
the heck?
time has expired too? Is it a year? Is it 2 years?
Oh my
What if you
gosh.
run into your best friend's ex and it's been 5 years and your best friend has gone on and gotten married and had kids and you're like, hey, I ran into such and such. She looks great. Can I hit that? And your best friend's like, yeah, go ahead. And you're just like, okay.
Why would you ask for permission to hit your friend?
Because
What's
it's
it to do
your
with
best
Zach
friend.
Wilson banging his mom's best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not going to go up to like my best friend's
Would
ex and be
you
like, oh,
bang
she's a
your-
smoke show. Can I get written permission to bang your girlfriend? And please sign legibly because there are 3 separate copies.
That's how
One
it's
for
gonna
you,
be now.
One for me, and then there's one official one.
In
That's
2022,
what's
there's got to be a e-sign or whatever, like a
Oh, yeah.
docu-sign for any type of
Docu-sign.
activity.
It's that old Chappelle
like
show
you're like,
shit.
oh,
They,
wait, hold up.
The consent
You're
form.
inviting
That's
me
all
in
it
for
is.
coffee. Can you sign this waiver before we go any further? I don't even care. That's how it is in
Wow.
2022.
Kids in your
I'm
group
gonna
code.
need your John Hancock. All right.
Yeah. I bet you.
What does that have
I
to
bet
do
you
with
touched a
Zach
lot of
Wilson
those in your
banging
life,
his
too.
mom's best friend?
Okay, that's a separate issue. So now Zach Wilson banging his mom's best friend. What kind of best friend is his mom have here that she's just like, oh, hey, your son's kind of cute. He's the quarterback for the Jets.
See,
I'm a Cougar.
I think
We're a
it's
Cougar.
just weird because oh god damn it.
I know. I started out at 500. I think you're gonna beat me today.
Good.
Mhm.
People love you, Tom.
I know. Well, it depends. But
Scooter frozen. Oh, there you go.
so in terms of like it's just weird because like I'm thinking about my mom's friends and I'm like those are like I knew them in childhood because like they've been my mom's friends for a while. So like there's some weird energy and connotations that are there. It's like, oh, I remember when I used to babysit you. Like it's
Yeah, I was probably maybe it's a new friend they found like in high school. Or college.
Yeah. Maybe they go. Maybe she. Met
Like we're
her
not
down at
talking
the
like
Blue Martini.
way back.
You're like, listen,
We're not
I met her
talking
at
that
crochet club, and
Right.
you know, Zach, this is my new friend Bethany.
I think
Mhm.
we're
That's
missing
my
a
best friend.
larger issue here that none of us have addressed, and that's how will this affect team chemistry in
Hmm.
Jets locker room?
All the respect now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just wanted a veteran mentor to guide him through the way of being a pro quarterback. So you know what? I think he'll be absolutely fine. They'll just have a couple jokes in the locker room about, oh, hey, you fuck moms, and
What?
then it's
There you go, Tree. Nice job. You made it 26
Well,
minutes.
Hey,
26
that's
minutes.
a world record. I said the F bomb. Sorry, Scooter. You know what?
No, but like
We'll
We
get
need
you
a
a few
dump button.
Cougars as a result.
I'm pretty sure that like your teammates now have to be careful, right? Because like now, like if Zach Wilson turned around and is like, I'm gonna do your mom, he might do it. Like that's a legitimate statement there.
Threat. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a threat. Like you better block from me. Or
Like,
mom's
do you
getting a
think-
call
or, like-
from Daddy Zach.
Do you think like opposing defenses are going to be using this somehow, some way?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
They probably will.
You got to call out the signals, right? When you're the mic and you're calling out,
Cougar.
who's Cougar one. You know, it's just like mom banger
Cougar
over
one.
here.
If we're
I
here's
mean-
what we're gonna do.
Robinson.
If it's like Lawrence Taylor, what they're going to do is instead of bringing hookers to Zach Wilson's bedroom, they're going to bring hot moms, wear them out, and then he'll be
Wear
exhausted
them
for the
out?
game.
They're
are they,
just like,
gloves?
hey, Zach, we're gonna send Urban Meyer over to your hotel room, and y'all two are gonna go hang out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
this is one of the wildest stories. I think
You think it's more
This-
wild than last week?
no. Well, I
You were
think
wearing a
it
Bigfoot
brings me
costume.
back to Delonte West. Really, if you're
It is very
thinking
Delonte
back,
West.
you're just
vibes
like,
right there. He dated LeBron's mom
why?
for a little bit. What's wrong though with mom getting a little,
It's just there's
A
so
little-
many
I mean, he's a
people that
handsome
exist
man.
in the world. My mother, why? Let's why? Why,
That's
bro?
true. That's true.
We're
Going after
teammates.
The mom.
What the heck?
Going after the mom is kind of off. It's taboo. That's
I
maybe
mean,
that's why you did
it's-
it. It's
It's
Because it's a mom.
Sure.
Well, no, here's the thing though. It's mom's best friend. So the friend might not be a mom. Like that's also a case too.
very possible.
Because we don't know the
Very
depths of this. I mean,
possible.
Zach
We
Wilson
really-
knows the depths of it, but we
Yeah.
don't know.
She could be like the front desk employee at a gym, and they just get along.
They
and,
just get along, go out
Yeah.
for
and
beers
then
every now
there's
and
like,
then.
hey, you should date my son. And he's the quarterback for the Jets. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, no one said that he banged someone's mom. Like that is not
Mom's
been
best friend.
factually, that's not been vetted by ESPN.
Do you know the song?
There's going to be more than vetting going on in that situation.
Mother Lover. Like that's perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, all
No,
right.
you can say it. I already broke the rule.
No, no,
Another
the song
story.
called Mother Lover. The do it Justin Timberlake when they do it.
Right.
It's nice
I'm
and
trying to be like Miles Teller. I'm trying to eject out of this.
You know how some
section
people
right
like
here.
red wines that are aged and mature?
Has
Maybe
an
Zach
oaky
Wilson's
flavor.
like that. Maybe he doesn't want the 2022 vintage. Maybe he wants the 1975. Maybe he
Ooh.
wants a nice 1948 Bordeaux. Hey,
Hmm.
I'm fine with it.
Tree has a lot to say about Cougars. Very surprised.
I'm really
Very
upset that this
surprised.
isn't a Mother's Day show.
Yes, I know.
Like they could have timed this so much better.
Yeah.
Another
Happy Mo-
story. I'm trying to segue here, guys. Like you guys will not let me pivot
Because it's a
Pivot.
great topic.
because Tree just wants to talk about MILFs all day. It's now MILF Bait Sports. and Tree is just going to talk about it.
Milk
All right,
Tree.
Jamarcus Russell was on a podcast, got called to bust, and he doubled down on the stance of, he said, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't want to get caught by the media police. He said, y'all better call me the biggest bust. Now, that opens up the question.
Like a badge of honor.
Who is the biggest quarterback bust of all time? Is it Jamarcus
I'm gonna
Russell?
tweet it.
Is he accurate in his
I'm tweeting
own
it.
self-assessment? Oh, we're
Who's the
getting
biggest bust?
99s.
Oh,
it's
there you go,
the
5.
year. What? Oh,
Yes.
Ben
Mr.
Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
I was great in
Ben
Gandhi.
Kingsley.
Mhm.
It has
He's a
I
good actor.
nailed the role of Gandhi.
Yeah, I think
Chat, go
Ryan
vote
Leaf
on my
has to
tweet.
be in that conversation. Like Ryan Leaf is definitely up there.
Leaf. Oh, yeah.
Ryan Leaf is there because people said very vehemently in that draft, you should take him over Peyton Manning. Like, you are an idiot. The Colts are
It was him or
idiots.
Manning. Those were
Hold
the
on.
two.
Let's recap, though, for those maybe unaware of some of Jamarcus Russell's antics that he did as QB.
Mhm.
One of that comes to mind, and you guys can join in on whatever you remember. But one that comes to my mind was this man said he was watching film. Right?
Oh my god, I love
He
that.
said he
story
was
so
watching
much.
film, and so his personnel, his staff, didn't really believe that he was watching film. So what they did was one day they gave him some tapes, and these tapes were blank. Then the next day, Jamarcus Russell, he comes in, he said, "Hey, what did you watch the tapes that we sent you?" And Jamarcus Russell says, "Yeah, I did, and I learned all about those blitz pickups on the way, so we're good." It was at that
And-
point the Raiders knew maybe we've messed up. Maybe we have made a mistake.
Well, that's what happens when you only draft a guy for throwing 60 yards on one knee.
Now, here's the thing, though, right? Like,
Baker Mayfield has a
Gronkowski,
similar story right now too.
Gronkowski has said many times that he doesn't watch film and he just goes wherever Brady tells him to go. Now, I'm sure there are many examples of players that just didn't care on that side and got away with it because they were super athletic. Like, I remember one time I did ask Dan Orlovsky on Twitter, I was like, do you know as a quarterback that guys don't even know the play? And he was like, yes, all the time. Like, you know when somebody just has not done their homework, but these guys, can play up to 10, 12 years. Jamarcus Russell was just bad.
He couldn't read defenses. That was
Yeah.
his problem.
He couldn't read defenses because he didn't study
Was
film.
he bad, or was he
He
did
should not
put in the work? Because
It's
it's
both.
one thing
It's
to
both.
be talented, right? You just have innate ability. It's another thing to just not want to do hard work, to put in the hours. What are we saying Jamarcus Russell was? Untalented or not hardworking?
I think the real big problem with Russell is, and a lot of people don't remember this, is like he showed out in the national championship game and was firing rockets against or Notre Dame. It was a bowl game, and it was like a showdown between him and Quinn. And all of a sudden, he jumps from like a top 10 QB to number 1 overall because all the pro scouts were like, "Oh my gosh, look at this arm." And really, it was a very simple offense that they ran. And he was not as good, unfortunately, as his big arm led other people to believe. Here we go. Josh Rosen is a good one.
Hey, I thought he was going to be one of the better quarterbacks. I thought he was the most NFL ready in the draft. So
On my
Sorry,
Chosen
Josh.
Rosen.
on my tweet, we have some new candidates. I want to get your guys' takes on these. We have Johnny Manziel coming
Big
up.
bust. Big bust.
he should have never been picked that high.
Canada-
Yeah, he
candidacy.
could not do anything in the NFL.
Timothy Tebow.
And we
Timothy
also
He
have
should have never
T.
picked that high either.
Please relax on. This man has won a playoff game. Okay, please relax on Tim. And
It's
we
because
have
Ike Taylor
Romo
played the
then.
worst defensive performance of his
T.
career.
Schuler was a big bust.
Tim Couch on the tweet. as
Couch.
well.
Couch, yeah.
What
Couch
are we
got
thinking?
ruined because he played for a Browns team that didn't support him. That's what
Like
happened.
every Browns quarterback ever? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Like
David
I think he
Carr?
wouldn't have been great, but still, David Carr's another one. Like he got destroyed.
No, David
He
Carr
had like
not
80
the
sacks
biggest
in a
bust
game.
of all time. Of all time, David Carr's not worse than Jamarcus Russell.
I mean, like, are we going just quarterbacks? Because like Tony
Only
Mandarich is
quarterback.
up there
Just
for the
quarterback.
Packers.
Just
If you want massive busts, I'd probably say Isaiah Wilson. 4 snaps, even though he's a late first round pick, that's a colossal bust.
Oh, but like, think about it. Your late round, your expectations are not as high as
No.
first.
But your
1-1.
expectations are him to
1-1.
play more than 4 snaps. You're going to want a starter out of that.
That's true. I mean, that is true. So it's just like, what are we saying? Are we saying Jamarcus is a bigger or lesser bust because of his draft position?
Well, if you draft a 1-1, right, you're expected to be a starter at least your entire rookie deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Baker Mayfield, not a bust because he fulfilled his rookie obligation. He won a playoff game. To me, that's the floor for a
He's
1-1.
like he's an pick. Like,
Right.
Jared Goff's an
Steve.
pick.
Someone
Do
said
we open it up
RG3.
further,
I don't blame
though?
RG3 at all.
No, RG3 is not a
I don't
bust.
blame him at all. I blame
No,
Washington.
no,
that was
his
the
literally
Redskins.
knee.
Redskins
Yeah.
ruined him.
Yeah,
He
for
was a
sending him to die.
sensation. Yes.
Dude, he was
RG3
so good.
Luck too. I mean, Luck got
Yep.
destroyed by the Colts.
Yep.
RG3, if he never got injured, we would be talking about this man a step under Lamar if this man never got injured and he was able to put something.
He'd have been
He was
Lamar
like the
before
new wave of QB because obviously you had like Michael Vick and stuff like that, and then he went away and then he came back and he was good for a hot second. But like RG3, like with Luck, we're gonna be like the new wave quarterbacks, and RG3 was like really good.
Lamar
That's
would have
so
been picked
sad.
higher if RG3 had actually played properly, because that was the big knock against Lamar
get
during
hurt.
draft day, is that, he's RG3. And if RG3 goes down, guess what? Lamar's useless. And that's
That was
why
a
he
weird
fell to
time.
like a late first, early second.
That's
That
so
was a
sad if
weird
you think
time in
about
the
it.
NFL. Oh, go ahead. Scoot.
I mean, it's just so sad if you think about it. Like, Andrew Luck's not in the league anymore. That's
Yep.
sad. You think about that. That's like a very talented quarterback.
He's
No
not
longer in the league.
He's not in the league yet. Ryan Gregson is. Explain
Like
that to me.
RG3. Like, I'm thinking about, I wanted to see RG3 succeed.
Dude, that rookie season.
It was
Like, I wanted
sensational.
this man to succeed. Even on Washington, I wanted him to be successful, just not against the Cowboys. Because it's like, it's exciting to see mobile quarterbacks in the game like that. It's exciting to play with mobile quarterbacks in Madden. It's more fun. What the
Yes,
heck?
it was. The Madden 13 was very fun with the read option. Like, it was a glitch for sure. You could just use RG3 and just run outside for 80 yards because the defense would collapse in the middle. Anyways, that was a weird time in the NFL. Weird time. All right, let's just take a vote. I'm gonna say that Jamarcus Russell is indeed the biggest bust of all time.
Ooh, that's tough.
Everyone,
Is it-
everyone's
Again,
biggest
just quarterback.
Biggest
If it's between-
QB bust.
If it's
Biggest-
between him
biggest
and Leaf,
QB bust.
I go Leaf.
I'm gonna go Leaf. I'm going Leaf.
Wow.
It's a
because they're
coin
saying
flip to me. I mean,
they're
both
saying
are really, really bad.
Peyton Manning. You could have had Peyton Manning. I don't know who you could have had instead of Jamarcus Russell though.
Calvin
Brady
Johnson.
Quinn.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, you
Well,
could have had
that's
Calvin
why-
What
Johnson.
QB?
And-
What QB instead?
Oh, at QB was Brady Quinn.
Brady
so
Quinn.
like that draft was terrible. Terrible.
But like
Yeah,
that's
so
what I
it's
mean
like-
of like biggest bust, because I don't even know if
Jamarcus
QB
Russell
would be the biggest
or-
bust like in the NFL, because like I really think like you look at a guy like Tony Mandarich, in which you have Hall of Famers going before and after him, but they're like, oh yeah, no, the
Yeah.
Packers are gonna get him, and he barely played steroids the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well in Indianapolis, but
I have to say
that's why.
Ryan Leaf, just because it's like you could have had Peyton Manning instead.
No,
Versus
no. They didn't have a chance to. Manning came off the board, so he was 2. So Leaf was number 2. So I don't
That's
know
right.
who came after him in that draft. I'll have to look at that.
I
they
want to
could
say
have had.
Charles Woodson. Hold on.
Charles Woodson was there, but
Well,
San
let's just
Diego
see what
needed a
other
quarterback. They
quarterbacks-
just
what other quarterbacks were on the board.
Let's take a look. 98 draft. Charles
next-
Woodson.
The next
Kyle
QB
Turley.
that came off was, let's see,
Well, I think it's going to be
Charlie
Charlie
Batch.
Batch.
You
Yeah.
could've had
Charlie
Charlie
Batch.
Batch.
Come on. Like I don't hate the pick. He just didn't come through, and he was very soft. And any type of criticism, he yelled at reporters.
If he waited a little bit, you
You
could have
know?
gotten Brian Greasy and Matt Hasselbeck.
Brian
But it
He
was like
just-
3rd and 6th round.
Yeah, greasy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Hasselbeck.
Randy Moss
had
was
a-
in that draft.
who?
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
Oh,
Yeah,
Randy
he
Moss.
fell big time. I remember that drop
did.
was big news.
Yeah.
this is when we drafted Greg Ellis.
Do you remember, Scooter, what happened to Randy Moss when he faced the Cowboys that first game?
Lonnie
It's because
Holiday.
they didn't.
I do.
They didn't.
I do remember. And I also remember the Cowboys. We have a weird history with receivers and doing dumb stuff with receivers. Did you know Jimmy Carter? The Cowboys drafted this dude, Jimmy Carter. He was a Cowboy.
President Carter?
No, the receiver for Jacksonville.
Oh, no,
Jimmy Smith. That's Jimmy Smith. Yeah, he was an expansion draft pick.
Jimmy Smith.
I was like,
Bro,
peanut farmer from Georgia?
Oh, here's the thing, Scooter. Remember at the time your wide receiver core, Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper, you had a few other guys too. Jimmy Smith was never going to be Jimmy Smith in that roster.
I think
Jay Novacek is your tight end. He wasn't going to get looks. He just wasn't.
He was also injured that first year, Jimmy
heck?
Smith. All right,
Second
let's.
round.
Oh, Tree, you didn't vote on who you thought the biggest bust was. Are you the tiebreaker, or are you going to put us back into a tie?
It's a tough call because I feel like Leaf flamed out harder, but Jamarcus was the top pick. So I'm going to go Leaf here because I feel like, once again, it was Manning or Leaf. Jamarcus didn't really have an option. He got picked because Al Davis went senile.
Al Davis.
People thought Ryan Leaf was going to get a gold jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Fair enough.
Chat.
You guys have
Chat, join
decided that Ryan Leaf is the
question,
biggest bust.
If Trevor Lawrence doesn't amount to anything, does he potentially fight for that mantle?
Nope.
No, he already played all
if he doesn't
16
do
games. Yeah.
I think
the
Urban
rest of
Meyer
his
will grind
life.
for that mantle for
He
him.
retires tomorrow. He's still not a bigger bust than Jamarcus Russell and Ryan
Or
Leaf.
Leaf. Yeah. Yeah, he was productive. I think Lawrence is way better than people give him credit for.
I'm not saying he's going to be. Just if you
based
have
off
like
Urban Meyer being his head coach,
because he was
that
so
takes him out.
heavily like praised coming out that he was like the guy.
No, Urban cancels all that out for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a lot of people saying Jeff George. George was a solid pro for a while.
Jeff George, his issue was he was a cancer. He got traded for a first round pick, so he did all right.
Yeah. He was
he had like a really good year in Minneapolis. He had a good year in Oakland. Like he had flashes.
Played for the
brilliance, but
Falcons.
For the most, yep. And then he had an
Redskins.
argument with his head coach, got traded to Oakland.
Achilles Smith has to be pretty high up there.
Especially because, remember, Washington offered Cincinnati their entire draft to move up and pick Ricky Williams before they.
Where was Josh
Washington.
Freeman picked?
It was like
Freeman
10th,
was
11th.
yeah.
He had a good start though, so I wouldn't call him a bust.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
In that sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. A little pivot here from that. Good debate. Good little pivot.
You like pivoting.
Little NHL free agency. This is a part of the show where everyone leaves. The Rangers got much better. They picked up Vinny Trocheck, center from the Florida Panthers.
No, he was actually with the Hurricanes.
He was with the
come on.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Come on, Five. You're supposed to be the expert.
Everyone
here,
knows
man.
it's the Hurricanes.
I'm 2 years off. Sorry. He goes in to probably the second line for the Rangers. I think the Rangers got way better. It was a good deal. They're probably too long of a term. But what did the Penguins do, Tree?
Penguins did a couple things. We brought back the old core, Malkin, Letang, Rust, and Ricard Raquel. So we are going to become very mediocre, 8th, 9th, 10th seed, because to be completely honest with you, they had more issues than goaltending. So I'm actually more or less being comforted because Philadelphia is absolutely pathetic. The Penguins did a few more moves. So we signed Jan Ruta, third pairing right defenseman from Tampa Bay. So, I mean, Tampa Bay, you have replacements. You'll be okay. And the other one is a bottom six winger named Johan Larsson, defensive first guy, relatively physical. They're looking to trade because right now I believe they are like $1 or $2 million over the cap, and they still have to sign Kasperi Kapanen. So a trade is still underway.
Yes, I believe the Rangers got Halak.
Yep, they got Yaro Halak. Yep, they got him as a backup. So you
they actually signed him and Domingue. So that doesn't make much sense.
Louis Domingue's your AHL goalie. He's your AHL goalie.
Yeah, but then they cut Keith Kincaid, who is a New York native.
He's your AHL goalie.
And then
Kincaid's Kincaid.
Kincaid was not happy about that.
Here's
he's okay,
what I know.
But
this is what I know.
Okay, what do you know, Scooter?
My NHL knowledge is minimal but growing. Okay, I know, and I asked people on Twitter. I was like, "Yo, are we are we making good moves or bad moves? I don't really
know.
know enough to make a decision. A lot of people are basically saying we've retained our core. We've retained our core and we've committed a lot of money to a lot of players over 8 years. So contracts in the NHL are like I'm seeing a routine like 8-year contracts being signed with different people. So we've committed 8 years to Sergachev, Anthony Cirelli, and Chernak.
Yep.
So all 3 of those 8 years, and we had to let go of Palat.
Yes.
Palat
He
is
was
no longer
Palating
there.
his escape.
So I want to get your guys' takes on those moves. What do you guys think that does for Tampa? Is this good? Did we tie up too much money? Is the cap expanding like the NBA? We're going to be fine. Let me know.
You also lost McDonough, who was getting a
Ryan
little long in
McDonough.
the tooth. So what's their name? The Canes made a lot of moves though. Columbus made a lot of moves. They had a Johnny Gibbs.
Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, they had
Philadelphia's
Johnny
dead because Johnny Gaudreau actually wanted to go there, but Philly didn't want to do anything to rectify their cap situation to afford him. So he just said screw it and signed somewhere else.
Yeah, I think the Lightning
Is
will
Tampa
be fine.
good, though?
Losing Palat hurts, but
I mean, they weren't going to be able to afford him. The
can't
cap
always
just fixed him.
do everything all the time.
So are we going to be good going?
You'll be
forward?
good.
still
You'll
be
be good.
competitive?
Conference finals against the Rangers again, maybe. Rangers got better. That's all I gotta say. Rangers got better, and they only had to get a little bit better. Only had to get.
And who did they
a
get
little
again?
bit
Who did the
better.
Rangers get again?
They got Vinny Trocheck. They got a backup goalie, and they got
Halak.
they got Halak.
And
And you
think
spicy
that
Morgan
will be-
broccoli.
Yes,
You
and we
think
got
that
Louis
will be
Domingue.
enough
We
if
have
they
got
played the Lightning
Kravtsov is
right now?
coming. The Rangers, all they had to do was get a little bit better.
So if
The
they
Lightning
played
got a little
right
worse.
now, if they played right now, who would you have in a 7-game series?
Rangers in 7, baby. Rangers in 7 with Trocheck out there. We did lose Kopp and Vetrano, but I'm telling you, at the deadline, the Rangers will be buyers again, and they'll get some rentals, and they'll have 4 lines running, and you guys will be scared of us. A little football. Let's take it back to football. Who got traded to where?
N'Keal Harry going to
Yes.
the Bears.
The Bears.
So
What do you guys think of this?
it was for a 7th-round pick. I tweeted, should the Cowboys have done this? Everyone started roasting me, saying this dude's the worst player in the NFL. Is this true?
He was a dud. He did not do
He is
well
a
in
dud,
that one.
yeah.
He had every chance in the world, too.
They're saying this is the worst pick by Bill Belichick, and then that's saying something. That's what I saw.
It was a 1st-round pick. I mean, they picked N'Keal Harry, and he just
Yeah.
hasn't thrived under any quarterback that they have had, including Tom Brady. And I just hasn't been able to carve out a niche for him. And this is at a time too, which I think is really important, in which they traded for wide receivers. They went out and still drafted wide receivers. Like they had a need
traded
for
for
wide
Brandon
receiver
Cooks.
for quite some time.
So here are the wide receivers that were picked after N'Keal Harry. Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
A.J. Brown.
Yep.
McCole Hardman.
Yep.
Paris Campbell. DK Metcalf. You also have a few others. There are some other duds. Deontay Johnson. Terry McLaurin. And
Oh God,
that's the third round.
Those are all.
Yeah, I
studs
mean,
right
there's
there.
also Andy Isabella and JJ Ortega-Whiteside, but I mean, they're trash.
Here's the
There's-
question: Who has left the Patriots and got better? Who has gone on from the like? If Bill Belichick
Brady.
can't turn you
I would say
into
Tom Brady.
Gronk.
he got better. He
Dude,
got 5
I'm
Super
not
Bowls
kidding.
better.
Like Pert and I were talking about this. Like Tom Brady got faster. Like he actually is like scrambling, and he's gone to a team.
also-
So all that stretching,
have to
dude.
do
All
that
that
What does
stretching.
that have to
get
do
faster.
with Belichick, though? Do you
You
think
said
he's
no. You said who went
fundamentally-
left and got better. I mean, I think Brady left and got better.
okay, or became a more complete, or just thrived under a different system without Belichick? I'm just saying. I'm trying to give
Brandon
Belichick
Cooks?
credit.
Brandon Cooks has been doing well with Houston. I mean, he doesn't get any press, but I mean, they've given him a big contract because he's been playing well with them.
Mike Vrabel. Chandler Jones. Okay, that's fair. Chandler Jones. All right. I'm not saying Belichick is perfect, but it says a lot that he couldn't make N'Keal Harry, especially when they didn't have many options in
Listen,
New England.
N'Keal
Couldn't turn
Harry,
him into a
if
star.
you are watching this video, I
He's not.
believe in you. Okay? There's second chances. you can be great in Chicago. I don't know who's throwing you the ball, but I believe in you.
And of all the
Anything is
places to
possible.
try to rejuvenate your career, I don't know if Chicago right now is going to be that place.
Yeah,
Anything
it's
is
gonna be a
possible.
tough go. Gonna be a tough.
Okay, don't let
tough
these naysayers say
go.
because Bill Belichick couldn't develop you.
I think this
no
is
one
actually a
can.
great trade for the Bears, though. It's a 7th-round pick, and I don't even think it's this season. It's the following
risk.
season. You're giving up
No risk.
nothing. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
a guy who's still on his rookie deal, and you could extend him with a 5th-year option. Sure, like why not? If he
Yeah,
sucks, he
maybe-
sucks. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Maybe
The
they
Bears
like
are going to have a
Boston.
crap ton of money after this season. So like that's when they can actually go on a spending spree. But
Maybe-
right
maybe
when
now,
they
does
like Boston.
his contract expire too? Because once it does, the Jaguars will offer N'Keal Harry like $80 million.
it's true.
Well, next year, I believe, is his
only I was
4th
fair.
year. They have to decide on a 5th-year option. I highly doubt
I
they're
think they
going
already had to decide because it's after your 3rd year. So I don't.
Yeah, I thought it was 4th year. I'm not sure, but
Third
yeah,
year, if
30
it's after your
Right.
3rd season, I think you have to say yes or no to the 5th year.
Okay.
So-
Right.
They might
do
have
we
not
have
have
any more
already, so it might
topics?
just be a
Because-
1-year deal.
I do have one
topic.
more topic, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll do the countdown. This one is specifically for Tom
Oh.
Grassi because he's an expert in this next subject. The MLB draft is soon.
Yes.
It's MLB stands for
Major League Baseball.
okay. It stands for Major League Baseball. Who do
Wait,
you
the
think?
draft is happening during the season?
Yeah, they do it during the All-Star break because they don't have anything
I
else
mean,
to talk
yes.
about.
Yeah, they do it a
Um,
little uniquely. Yeah.
So who do you think is going to be drafted first in the
Probably
MLB
Jorge
draft?
Posada.
Okay, Jorge Posada
Junior.
Mhm.
is Junior, yes. And then who do you think might be picked after that? Like who do you think the Yankees need? Probably the
It's
most.
honestly a toss up between Darryl Strawberry and Tino Martinez. Like those two guys, I really think like could add some extra hitting power to them.
Okay.
Because
What about
I mean,
Luis Gonzalez?
I don't
Have
see
you
a
heard
future
of
there.
him?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm not.
I would
Who
go
is-
for. I'm more a Don Mattingly type.
Yeah. Met Don
Yeah.
Mattingly.
As long as he
Um,
sheds those sideburns.
Yeah.
Who should be number one though? Like I haven't looked at any of this.
I don't even
Who's-
know. Tree, who's
True
really
Lock?
actually going to get
I'm not familiar with the MLB draft right now. I mean, Kumar Rocker is available once again. Your old
Yeah.
Met friend.
picked? Yeah, good old.
I
Met
have-
friend, man.
Oh, actually, it is Drew Jones. Drew Jones.
Drew
Andrew, you
Jones,
remember
that's
Andrew
it from-
Jones' kid?
Yes,
Yep, that's
it
him.
is Drew Jones.
I have a. If we want to pivot one
Oh,
last time, I
sorry.
have one last segment we can get to very quickly.
Stop it.
I'm showing it.
Okay.
We have
show
one
it.
last segment that I'd
New
want to
Zealand.
touch upon because I want
Yes.
to get you guys on record for this.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, on record.
ESPN top 10 running backs. Ezekiel Elliott is not in this list. Shannon Sharp has agreed with this list. And I want to see if I want to get you guys on record of saying if or if not, is Ezekiel Elliott a top 10 running back?
Zeke's not even the best running back on his team. It's Tony Pollard.
Oh, yeah. Tony Pollard is the best.
Yes, he is.
So we have a
You
yes.
say he's a
from
top
Tom.
10.
Yes,
wow.
because even though so he put up like really good stats last season, even though he was injured. I'm pretty sure he had 10 touchdowns. He had over 1,000 yards still. And yes, at the end of the year, fell off, was definitely being overshadowed by Pollard. However, I think that if he's able to be healthy and pick up where he left off at the start of last season, he could be good. But it's also going to depend on how their offensive line is going to improve. So,
Tom, I am very impressed with your answer because I'm with you, Tom. I think most people don't understand.
oh, you're on
that-
my side?
Yes, I'm on
Yeah,
your side.
no, Ezekiel Elliott's not a top 10 running back. He's like
Well-
top 57.
Well, regardless, what you
Wow,
said,
how the
I agree with
turntables.
because a lot of people don't understand. This man was battling injury. Baker
See, here's
Mayfield
the thing, though.
sucked. He was
Here's the
battling
thing about-
injury.
Okay, here's the thing about running backs. They don't get healthier as their career. They don't get faster. They're like they've got an odometer, and just like the women that Zach Wilson dates, like they just get older and older, and they don't age like fine wine. They don't get better. I would say Ezekiel Elliott is a top 11 running back. He's right at
Ezekiel
11.
Elliott is 26 years old.
He's in the
Let's keep
top
this in
third.
mind. 26.
He's in the top
26
third.
is starting to get
He's got
old.
a
though,
lot
for
of
running back.
mileage.
It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
for a running
26
back.
in running back
That's
age is like
tennis player
65.
old.
It is. But again, I think it's going to be heavily dependent on not only his health, but it's that offensive line too. Like, has that offensive line actually gotten better? If the answer is no, then neither is Zeke.
So, Tree, record, is Zeke a top 10 running back, yes or no?
Right now, no.
Okay. Let's see how it plays out in the season. Chat, yes or no? In the
Right
comments
now, yes. For the season, I don't think he will be in the top 10.
Pollard will get the most.
I
the
think
majority
that
of
this season is
snaps.
going to be very interesting because, honestly, this is a kind of do or die year for the Cowboys offensively. For Kellen Moore, I'm looking at this as a make or break year for Kellen Moore.
Dalton Schultz, by the way.
Say it again.
Dalton Schultz, by the way. So they didn't get a contract with him, so he's gonna be playing on the franchise tag. So he is an unrestricted free agent next year.
Yeah, I mean, but we can franchise him again for a lot of money next year as well. But
Do it.
that didn't happen. Let's see how it plays out, though.
Hey,
Let's see
listen,
how
if it
plays out.
doesn't work out with Kellen Moore, you can always bring back Jason Garrett. He knows
true.
how to run an offense. All right, let's do the
Into the
countdown.
Add that last one.
And we'll figure out who is getting punished, though I suspect we will have a winner. Oh, yeah. Sing.
2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. I'm gonna lose this week and I don't want to play anymore.
More.
I gotta make up the punishment. It's the rhythm's all off. It's slow again.
Yeah,
and
it's not
screwing me up.
rapping. It's not.
Just
You don't have
pick a
bars.
rhythm. Pick
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, pick one.
This
It's
wouldn't have
like
happened if Brandon
it
weren't
just-
out with
Oh
COVID.
God! You know,
up
all
and
this is- I'm not
down.
in Colorado. I wasn't even supposed to be
It's
here today.
Down.
You know
Isn't
what?
there a way to turn on background music like this?
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did it for Bigfoot.
Tom blew the 500 lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're preparing to read our scores right now. I'll begin. $13.69.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Trey.
117.98. So you know what? I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
It's between the top two
No,
on
you,
the
you,
screen.
you. I definitely beat you 5.
624.97. The majority coming
from that 500. There you
the 500 from
go.
Kaylee.
Tom.
So
Tom.
781.34.
Woo!
I blew a $500 lead.
Yes, you're the 28 to 3 this.
So here's the thing. So last week we're gonna have a punishment for when I met Perna, but the punishment was I just didn't meet Perna, so we needed to
Right.
carry over a punishment.
I think
And
you
now I
should
have-
have to watch Morbius.
Oh God, please no! I don't want to. No, you made me watch that really bad Kevin James movie, and that was really bad. I don't
no,
want
you
to.
have to
I think
watch
it's Morbin time, boys.
Yes.
I think it's Morbin time,
You
and
gotta
then
watch
you should have
Morbius.
to.
No, hold on. I got it. He has to watch Morbius, and he has to dress up to go see it in a Morbius style character.
Hold
out-
on, I'll do you one better because I don't think it's in the movies anymore near me.
That's
So
true.
I'll do you one better. I'll watch Morbius, and I will dress up as Morbius for the next show and give you
Yes.
my detailed review of Morbius
Yes.
as
There it
Morbius.
There it
Yes,
is.
thank you,
This might be
everybody.
the
It is
worst
Morbid.
punishment yet.
It is Dr. Michael Gorbius, and it is time to Gorb. We are Grorbing.
I can't believe
I
they
am
brought it
so
back in
happy.
the theaters.
Just for it to
Yeah,
bomb.
and then for it to bomb again because everyone was like, "Don't you know how memes work? We don't actually spend money on memes. we just make the memes. That's
Wait,
what we do."
Am I going for the movie costume or am I going for the comic costume?
I don't know. I think we let
Surprise us.
Tom decide.
That's a dealer's
But
choice right there.
yeah, that is deference to you, Tom. Whatever you feel most comfortable in. I would prefer that you wear the eyeliner, like
Yes,
that
100%.
Jared Leto has.
100%.
Might need to get some help on how to apply eyeliner, but we'll see you as Morbius next week. You're not happy, are you?
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. Ever. This is going to be a great punishment.
I mean, hold on. Did you log off yet?
No, we have not ended.
Hold on.
No.
This,
Do you want-
like, This is like the comment. This is bad.
You gonna
This
show
is
it?
really bad.
Show
Hold
To be
on.
honest with you, I'd rather finish just like Zach Wilson does in a month.
That's
Oh
bad.
yes, you're gonna have to do a
Oh.
full spin for me in that.
I feel like
baby.
that is a vampire costume.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Look
yes.
how tight that is.
Yes,
That's
can you
pretty
get it
tight.
one size too small? Can
pretty
you
tight.
get it?
It's tight.
Extra small.
Tom,
Yes,
you
can we
wore a
get
maid costume.
I
you know
wanna
what?
be
Would
able
you
to
rather
see your
be
ball
like a
sack
mom
sport.
that Zach Wilson would go after?
Mhm.
That's
Yes.
a deep V-neck. That's a.
Can
deep
you put the
V-neck.
ball sack sports logo over the center area? That would be
It's
great.
a full jumpsuit,
Yes. Yes,
and it
it's
says
happening.
it's safe and comfy to wear at home or with friends. What friends are you going out with
Us.
this?
Perna.
Us.
100%.
Brandon Perna, you have to bring it to Colorado whenever you get out there.
Oh wait,
All
hold
right.
on. The fastest delivery is not till the 28th.
Oh,
We can wait.
well, yeah, we
I'll
can
wait.
wait.
I'll see
We
if I can
can
find another one.
Yes,
Or if
okay.
not, we'll wait.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks all the mods. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for Kaylee.
Thank
for-
you.
Yeah, and everyone that punished Tom. Everyone,